Good morning, students. Now, yesterday we discussed about the 5 R's: the refuse, reduce, reuse, repurpose, and recycle. All these things clear. I hope that all these things clear in your mind. Okay. Now, even while making everyday choices, we can make environment friendly decisions. Environment friendly means which do not disturb the environment in the natural way. We use all these resources but eco-friendly. For doing this, we need to know more about how our choices affect the environment. These effects may be immediate or long term or long ranging. The concept of sustainable development encourages forms of growth that meet current basic human needs while preserving the resources for need of future generations. Economic development is linked to environmental conservation. Thus, sustainable development implies a change in all the aspects of life. It depends upon the willingness of the people to change their perceptions of the socio-economic and environmental conditions around them, and the readiness of each individual to alter their present use of natural resources. So, we can alter means we find the alternate for it by using the natural resources. When it is needed, we have to use, no doubt, but when they are not needed unnecessarily, these resources should not be used. So, it depends upon us that how much we are using, then we can save it for future generations. Now, see the activity 16.4. Have you ever visited a town or village after a few years of absence? If so, have you noticed new roads, houses that have come up since you were there last? Abhi, जैसे when I was in college, at that time there was no CG road, no satellite, forest was there only in university area. Now it is fully developed, satellite, then SG highway, CG road. So there were thick forest, right? So now जंगल में मंगल हो गया ऐसा लग रहा है, राइट? सो वेयर डू यू थिंक द मटीरियल्स फॉर मेकिंग दीज रोड्स एंड बिल्डिंग्स हैव कम फ्रॉम? अब इतने सारे बड़े बड़े बिल्डिंग रोड बनाने का मटीरियल कहाँ से आता है? यू नो दैट देयर इज नेचुरल रिसोर्स. ट्राई एंड मेक द लिस्ट ऑफ द मटीरियल्स एंड देयर प्रोबेबल सोर्सेस. Discuss the list you have prepared with your classmates. Can you think of ways in which the use of these materials be reduced? So how we can reduce it? So you make the list what materials are used to make these buildings, roads and all these development, and then how it can be reduced. Now why do we need to manage our resources? क्या ज़रूरत है इनको मैनेज करने की या उसको reduce करने की? Now you not just roads and buildings, but all the things we use that consume food, clothes, books, toys, furniture, tools, vehicles are obtained from resources on the earth, right? So only thing we get from outside the energy which we receive from the sun. Even this energy is processed by living organisms and various physical and chemical processes on the earth before we make use of it. Now, why we have to use all these resources carefully? Because these are not unlimited. Their stock is limited, and the human population that is increasing tremendously day by day, and that is exponential rate. The management of natural resources require long-term perspective effective so that these will last for the generation to come and will not merely be exploited to hilt for short-term gains. This management should also ensure the equitable distribution of resources and so that all and not just the handful of rich and powerful people benefit from the development of these resources. अब जिसके पास पैसा है वही यूज़ कर सकता है. सपोज नाउ यू नो पेट्रोल. अभी पेट्रोल मुझे याद है व्हेन आई वाज इन स्कूल इट वाज 4 रुपीज़ लीटर. नाउ इट इज़ मोर देन 80 रुपीज़. तो अभी जो लोगों के पास पैसा है वही खरीद कर सकते हैं, राइट. वही व्हीकल रख सकते हैं. गरीब लोग ये नहीं रख सकते. Another factor to be considered while we exploit these natural resources is the damage we cause to the environment while these resources are either extracted or used. For example, mining. Mining मतलब खान में से जो चीज़ें निकालते हैं, right. Mining causes pollution because of large amount of slag which is discarded for every ton of metal extracted. मतलब उसमें से जो कचरा निकलता है स्लैग वो तो ऐसे ही फेंक दिया जाता है. वी गेट द मेटल ओनली. And hence sustainable natural resources management demand that we plan for the safe disposal of these waste. The present day global concern for sustainable development, conservation of natural resources are recent origin as compared to long tradition and culture of nature conservation. In our country, principles of conservation and sustainable management were well established in the prehistoric India. Our ancient literature is full of such examples where values and sensitivity of human towards nature was glorified and principle of sustainability was established at the best. Now see the activity number 16.5. Okay, so like to know that we will discuss tomorrow. Okay.